welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at how you calculate the area of a compound shape. Now this shape here is an example of a compound shape, and what that means is it's made up of two or more smaller shapes that you could probably find the area of. So what I'm going to do is split this shape to find the area of it into two smaller shapes, and they're both rectangles. Now you could have split horizontally across here, and providing you do the maths correct on that, you'll get the same area, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to go for this vertical split here. So what I've done is I've split this whole shape, which is sort of an L shape on its side, into this rectangle, which I'm going to label A, and this rectangle, which I'm going to label B. And I'll find the area of these separately, then add them up, and that'll get me the total area of a compound shape. So, area of A first. Well, A is a rectangle, and it's 7 along the bottom here and 8 up the side here, so it's 7 by 8, which is 56. So the area of that bit is 56 centimeters squared. Now let's look at shape B. Now shape B is 5 up the side here, but we don't know how far it is along the top. Now some people make a mistake here, they think that it's 15 along the top, but it isn't. 15 would be the distance from this cross here on this end all the way to this cross here on this end, not to this cross in the middle here, which is what we actually want. So we want the length between these two here. Now there is a way of getting this, and it's almost always the case in a question like this that you have to find out one of the lengths for yourself. So what you do is this 15 here is a nice horizontal line, and that's the whole length. So you look at the other horizontal lines in the question, and there's a 7 down here. Now this 7, add the length that we're interested in, must make the whole length in total 15, because if I move this length here down to the bottom, it would go all the way along to complete a whole rectangle. So what we do is we take this 15, we take away this 7 here, and we're left with the line that we're after. So 15 take away 7 is 8. So this line that we were after was 8 centimeters. So our rectangle B is 5 centimeters here in the height, 8 centimeters across, so we're going to do 5 times 8, which equals 40. Now that we've got A and B, all we need to do is add those up. So 56 add 40 is 96, and then to complete the question, we put our units on centimeters squared. Okay, here's another compound shape for you to try then. So if you press pause, have a go at it, remember split it into two bits, label them A and B, find their areas, and then add those up. Press play again and I will show you what the answer was. Okay, here's the answer then. So I'm going to split the shape horizontally first of all. So we end up with a shape A here and a shape B here. So for shape A, we do 6 along the top, and the height, which we need to find out here, is simply 8, the whole height. Take away the 5 over here, so that's 3. So we end up with 6 times 3, which is 18. And then for shape B, it's 14 along the bottom, 5 at the side, so it's 14 times 5, which equals 70. Add these two together and you get the answer 88 centimeters squared. Now I'm also going to repeat the question, but using the other split just in case that's what you did. So if we get rid of that text and then split it this way too, so I'll do shape A here and shape B here. Now we should end up with the same answer, of course, as I said earlier. So we've got 6 by 8 for this one. 6 times 8 equals 48. And then for shape B, well, we've got 5 as a height here, but we need to work out this bit. Now the whole lot is 14 along the bottom. This bit's 6, so 14 take away 6 is 8. So we end up with 5 times 8, which equals 40. And then add those together, and again, you'll get 88 centimeters squared. And here's the second question for you to try. So once again, press pause, split it up as you think you need, work out the total area, and then I'll take you through the answer afterwards. Okay, so here's the answer to this one. Now the split that I would have done is this horizontal line here, and had a smaller shape up here, shape A, and a larger one down here, shape B. So let's look at shape A first. Now shape A, we know the height here is 4 centimeters, as indicated by this here, but we don't know this width along the top. Now, we do know the whole width of this horizontal line here is 8, this bit here is 3, and this bit here is 3. So to get this bit left over in the middle, we do 8, we take away this 3, and we take away this 3. So 8 take away 3 is 5, take away another 3 is 2. So that bit there must be 2. So A is just 4 by 2, which is 8, and then B, well, it's 8 along the bottom, it's 3 for the height here, so it's 8 by 3, which is 24, and then if we do 8 plus 24, we get the answer 32 centimeters squared. Okay, this next shape is slightly more complicated. I'm going to do this one as an example. You need to split it, most likely, into 3 shapes. Now, it is possible to do it as 2 if you use a trapezium, but I think 3 is much easier. So, I would first split the shape down here, and this would be our shape A. And then shape B, which is actually a trapezium, this whole shape here, I would split into 2 more, and call this triangle here shape B, and this rectangle here shape C. So, if we look at each of these shapes individually, shape A, well, that's got a height of 9 and a width of 7, so that's okay. So we've got 9 times 7, which is 63. Shape B, now this is a triangle this time, so you need to remember the triangle area formula. The base times the height, and then divide it by 2. Now we don't have either of those lengths at the moment, but we can find out both of them. So, if we look for the height first, this one here, we've got 9 centimeters going up here, and 4 centimeters going up here, because it's the same as this one. So, if that's 4, and the whole lot's 9, we need to take 4 away to get this. So 9 take away 4 is 5, so that bit there is 5. Then to get the one along the bottom, well, we've got 13 along here, we've got 7 along here, so if we do that 13, take away 7, we'll be left with this bit, which is 6. So we've got the dimensions of the triangle now, it's 5 and 6. So we do 5 times 6, which equals 30, but then we need to half that because it's a triangle, not a rectangle, so 30 halved is 15. So that's shape B done. And then on to shape C finally. Well, we've got a height of 4 here, but we don't have the base along the bottom here. But we do, because it's the same as this 6 here, so that must be 6. So we end up with 6 times 4, which is 24. So all we need to do now is add up the totals of each of these. So we've got 63, 15, being careful not to include that 30 because that wasn't the area of the triangle, and 24. So 63 plus 15 plus 24 equals 102 centimeters squared. Okay, here's one in a very similar way for you to have a go at now. My advice would be to try and split this up into 3 shapes, 2 rectangles and a triangle. Press pause and have a go at it, and then when you like the answer, press play. Okay, here's the answer then. First of all, I'd split the shape down here, and then horizontally across here, and you'd end up with shape A, shape B, and shape C. I'll do the triangle last. So shape A then, the height is 2, and the width we do actually know because there's a 4 down here, so this length here is also 4, they're the same length, so we've got 2 times 4, which is 8. Shape B, well, we've got a height of 4 here, that's okay, but we need this width along the bottom. We know the whole length here is 10, and this here is 4, so 10 take away 4 must leave that at 6. So we've got 6 times 4, which is 24. And then finally, shape C. Well, we've got this here as 4, so that's okay. We just need the height of the triangle. Now this whole height here, the long bit is 4. This bit here is 2, which must leave this bit as 2 as well, because 4 take away 2 is 2. So we're dealing with a triangle that is 4 by 2. So we do 4 times 2, which equals 8. And then 8, divide that by 2, because it's a triangle, gives you 4. So we're going to need to add 8, 24, and 4, which gives you 36 centimeters squared.